Well, we're back. This thing is wobbly. I really wish there was, like, kind of a kill command for these things. Oh, shoot. There really is no kill command. Well, you know what? Well, this sucks. Okay, here's what we're... I'm just gonna get rid of the, I'm just gonna get rid of the sensors for the time being. Because I don't want to deal with the sensors going off and lagging the game and whatnot. We don't want this thing activating while it's on a lift. And we don't want to deal with it. This'll work. Okay, there we go. And the game does not lag too much. So let's clear things out. Honestly, I'm gonna need to make this thing bigger. For starters. It's too small. For my purposes. Mainly needs to be wider. I already made it 2 tiles wider. So I think I'm gonna try and probably double this internal area. Seems like a decent idea. If they had hydraulic pistons. Yeah, this game needs undo, you know, undo, redo, pistons, obviously. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do we think 5? Let's try stitching it together and figure it out. Undo, redo, copy, paste, and pistons. Trying to think of what else they possibly need. Okay, that's looking a lot wider. Like tank wider. Oh, crap, I can't make it any... Eh, this'll do. Oh, you can actually see the seams where I cut it together. That's kind of neat. Alright, so now we've got this set up. Now it should be good. I am sweating so hard. Should probably take off one of my headphones. Cool down a little bit. Okay. Let's see. Why do I always put shocks on the car? Specifically, in this case, putting shocks on the tank. Any tank or hover car, the reason why you want the shocks is specifically when it softens part of the thrust on the... Oh yeah, mirror function. Oh yeah, we definitely need that. Mirror functionality would be amazing. It would save me so much time. Okay, but it softens the thrust from these things. Because there's no acceleration when you thrust. It's just, you know, it's like if I pushed you. No, I don't know. It doesn't really make sense if you don't, I guess, know what I'm talking about. But effectively, it makes it so it accelerates instead of is just suddenly a flat force. And that way, if the thrusters are turning on and off, it's a much softer experience on the vehicle you're working for. Because working with, because otherwise it just ends up being too hard and you end up wobbling a lot. Okay, so let's throw in the coloring tool for a second. I need to find the middle. Because if we don't have like a middle to work with, this is going to be a little bit harder. So I'll do red ticks every... Yeah, that'll do. Okay, so red tick, red tick. Alright, there we go. Black line. This way we'll have a good middle point to work off of. I don't think I'm going to have to make this any wider ever. Okay. Everything we draftsmen use in CAD and Inventor. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Oh yeah, my stream is currently set still as Blind People Simulator. Ha! Alright, scrap mechanic. Alright, now we're set to the proper game. Let's pause that, switch back to this. Okay, cool. So, if we're going to be making a tank, I'm just going to kind of eyeball like a midpoint here. It's not quite mid, but that's fine. But this gives me a good starting point to work off of as far as where to put the, I guess the basis of the turret. There we go. Because we're gonna want an enclosure for me. somewhere along the way. So I think that'll be the crossbeam that I build it off of. And we're going to need it to rotate off of that. I'll figure that out. Let's see. So that's good. The pilot's chair will be here. Like, I kind of want to build the infrastructure for this thing first before we build too much. Almost to the point where it might be worthwhile for me to make the cannon separate and stitch it on later. Oh, yeah. I'm going to turn up the music a little bit. I've been really tired lately. And it's been really rough on me. Yeah. It's been really hard to deal with how tired I've been. And, it definitely means, like, my stamina for working on anything, streaming in general, YouTubing, is hard to work with. You know, combo stress with allergies, with the changing of the seasons. Like, I'm really good in the fall, but when it's becoming warm again, I can't do it. Okay. Let's see. Make an interior so I can walk around inside and see. Yeah. I mean, I don't want too much of an interior here. I want enough room that I can, while crouching, move around. Beyond that, though, not so much. But I will try and make some amount of an interior that I can work with. Ideally, I'd like to be able to get up to, like, a gunnery seat from the top, but I don't know. Let's see. Did I start this Hovertank today? Well, I mean, that's kind of the start of the previous one, but that thing was a piece of garbage. So we don't want to work with that. Okay, so this is this. We can crouch and walk around. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this crossbeam. Might keep the part on the sides, but this is okay. Let's get rid of these two. Okay, so we're gonna want a gunnery hatch-ish. The main problem is we can't have it rotate based off of a giant ring. There's no, like, large bearing that I can work with, which is a little bit harder. Let's see. Yeah, put thruster missiles in the turret. I considered that. The only problem is getting the thruster missiles to work at all would be a pain in the ass. We could try it, but I don't know. Alright. So let's kind of expand out the front a little bit. What happened over here? I think I deleted off too much. On accident? I'm not entirely sure. Well, this will be fine. So that looks good. There we go. We kind of want it to ramp up pleasantly, because it is a tank. Here, let me go get the I'll get the image for you guys just so you know kind of what we're looking at. There's no way I can easily get it. Oh wait, there totally is. All right, let's add. I'm gonna see if I can drag the image in just so it can be brought into the footage. So we want to do. I'm gonna do desktop. See if the preview pops up to make this. There we go. Okay. So this is the tank design we're kind of working off of. It's not the greatest blueprint, but it'll have to do. Because the alternative is, you know, going at this blind. Here, I'll make it a bit bigger just so everybody can see it. So obviously we're not going to be following this one perfectly, because we can't. We don't have that much leeway. But I do have some leeway that I can work with. Okay. Should be good. I don't think we have to worry about the sides and stuff. Okay. But yeah, I'd love to have, like, a ring-shaped bearing to, like, rotate around. But I can't do that, and it sucks. But either way, let's hide this. I more or less get the feeling. Unfortunately, it's actually a pretty flat top, and it curves up. Actually, you know, we could do that. Not easily, but we could do that. Let's do that. So instead of what we had, it actually comes out to about here. And then we'll have... we'll have issues. There we go. Is this all connected? Yeah, there we go. So I'm gonna probably delete a lot of this structure on the front that I started building. Because we're gonna want to work it out. Because, yeah, I actually like the idea of working off of a model for once in my life in this game. Because I almost never do. And, you know, it seems like a decent enough idea this time around. Let's see. Now, the nice thing is we don't actually have to worry about battle mode. We don't have to worry about battle mode kind of conflicting with this, because battle mode... Well, I mean, I guess I could have battle mode angle the thrusters forward, but I think I still have enough space. Okay. Helps any could take screenshots from the game. Maybe? I mean, currently I've got kind of a vague idea, and too much help beyond this is going to make it inconvenient. Probably. Okay. So that should be just about good. I feel like I messed up somewhere. Well, we'll just keep messing with it. I'm getting a number of requests here on, like, things to build. Please don't demand that I build whatever thing you want me to build. It will... Chances are, if I want to build it, I will build it, and if I don't want to build it, I mean, you can totally build it yourself. And eventually, I'm gonna open it up so people can actually send me their cool-looking builds. Because I actually think that would be kind of a fun thing to do. Let's see, 2... let's do 3. 3, 3, and 3. Yeah, that's good. Because, yeah, where did I put that block? There we go. I actually would not mind, you know, going over other people's creations at some point. But currently I haven't... Well, I don't know. Sure, I'll put the, I'm gonna say call to arms out for that. But yeah, if you guys actually want to send me your builds, go for it. I will... I guess I'll start taking them, because while we're waiting for Bird to get back, it doesn't seem like a bad idea. Let's see. Frontal shot. One from the rear. Yeah. I don't know. I don't want to stay totally on model. I just want to stay partially on model here. Because, I mean, it's very obvious I'm not going to be sticking with the turret idea. Because I kind of want to have the turret swivel independently. Because eventually I'd like to actually do, you know, do this sort of thing in multiplayer. But, you know, as I've stated at least a couple times now, Bird's not here. And I don't have anybody to work with. So, oh, Guild Wars 2 remix. I like that game. I should probably play the expansion pack at some point. But yeah, I want to have an independent turret that swivels, but I do like the overall shape of the thing, which is why I want to pull from it. I don't like the mounted machine gun, because I can't do that in this game. I could make something that kind of looks like it, but I'd rather have like a full-on turret on top that can either be controlled by the person driving the tank or a separate gunner as another thing. But as it stands, I'm just using this as kind of a shape. Okay. So we got kind of the front top thing. I'm not really sure how I'm going to put a window into this. But, let's see. So we've got kind of a dip in the center. So let's do that now. Because, yeah, we have an angle. Not an angle, but like an area here. Which might not be a bad place to put the... It might not be a bad place to put the thing. Yeah, because unfortunately a lot of these shapes we just can't reproduce. Sadly. Okay. Well, one way or another, let's get the turrets started in here. Let's see. But yeah, chat, when I say Bird's not around, I pretty much mean there will not be co-op stuff from me until either Shell is not busy anymore, Keith feels like it, or Keith like feels like playing for once, or you know, somebody else decides to play with me. Because I guess I did do a little bit with Blitz and C-Top and company. But honestly, I don't generally bank on infighting other large YouTubers. I guess this would be a golden opportunity for me to include some new blood in my show. But I gotta find people. I guess there's Batbeard. He seemed like a cool dude. But I gotta get there first. Oops. Too short on one side. There we go. But he's also more of a Warframe guy, so I don't know how... he might react well to this. Should see. Okay. So I'll put these here. I don't really know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of making it up as I go along. For design elements and whatnot. Okay. We're not going to need switches for a bit. We'll paint this whole thing some kind of dark color. Okay, let's get the ramps on here next. Because we're going to need those everywhere. And then I'll get the turret on. I just kind of want to have like a basic design, shape, whatever. I know there's a mod for this game that gives you some extra like slope blocks and stuff. But I'm kind of staying away from mods until this game's patching slows down a bit. Because I'd hate to download a mod that stops working after a certain amount of time. Because nothing would be more frustrating than not being able to get back to some of my old worlds because the blocks are broken. I'd rather stick with, oh, this is going to be very front heavy, I just realized. Kind of wish there was like you could change the material on these ramps and stuff. Oh well. We'll get that later. But have the turret sunk in. And semi-flush with the rest of the... Maybe. I still want it to, like, turn independently, though. And that's kind of a sticking point for me. Oh, this is going to be not very light. We'll have to armor the back or something. Still, looks nice. Okay. I'm trying to think what I want to do with these. Because obviously we've got the inside of this thing to kind of think about. I want to have a window here. Will it fit? How long is the window? That's an interesting question I should probably have figured out before I just started slapping down. Does it fit in between? Oh god, that is much larger than I'm giving it credit for. How wide is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 across, and I've got 5. Oh, that's a little bit harder. I mean, we could do, like, glass blocks on a bearing. Might work. Problem is, it might run into collision issues. I mean, otherwise, we could actually just have no window at all. Because, I mean, looking at the picture of the tank, near as far as I can tell, there's actually... I don't know how any one person would see out of this thing. Like, there's no window or anything. Let's see, would it be possible because of the weld tool to make an actual working turret? Sort of. We'd have to rely on the bearing glitch to make projectiles if we wanted to use thrusters, which could work, but that'd be such a pain to reload. I'm not entirely sure if I want to. I'd almost rather have a modified. Like, part of the reason why I'm so resistant to the idea of making this totally on model is... Can you guys see my cursor? No, you can't. Oh, it's because the image is in the way. You guys still can't really see my cursor, or can you? Oh yeah, there you can. What I want to do is more or less strap the scrap cannon to the top. Oh, which is hard. There's an enclosed tank that used a camera. Okay, so yeah, let's delete these. Let's just have it be totally enclosed, and go with the previous idea. Because, I mean, it's already looking pretty good. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly with the thruster blocks. Let's see. Maybe use girder blocks. The problem with girder blocks specifically is they're just going to be... They're too heavy. We don't... Well, okay, they're medium weight. But still. And the U-beams would just be impossible to work with. Okay. Like, most of these blocks... Ooh, metal window. How big is this? Oh, jeez. That's pretty freaking big. I mean, I guess we could put it on, like, one of the sides. But, like, I can't put it on the top. Which is a bit of an issue. What are they doing? It's just me today. Let's see, that's a steel pallet. That's not really what I'm looking for. Yeah, if I could have a small metal window, that'd look really nice. We got the staircase landing, but that's also huge. Ventilation grid. How big is this? It's a little bit smaller. I could put it somewhere? Not easily. I guess we could actually put it, like, right... Oh. This is not a bad place for a ventilation grid. I think I'm gonna move it back just one, though. To, like, right there. Yeah, that seems like a good spot. Because, yeah, I do want to introduce a little bit of decorative elements into this. That fit in the design well. Let's move it back one more. Okay. OC Remix has betrayed me for the last time. Especially Nights into Dreams. I don't know why anybody cares about this game. At all. Nights into Dreams was not good. Okay. Well, Mega Man it is. The perpetual fallback for whenever I don't have better music. Luckily, the Mega Man remixes are amazing. Okay. So while we're at it, let's get rid of these. Lighten up the front a bunch. Because we don't need more than this. Kinda wish you could see a little bit of light through the grating, but... Oh well. I'm trying to think. Can't do much there. I mean, I could have some, like, on the front or something. We could have, like, another one kind of crosswise here. That's not a bad idea either. Oops. Yeah, whatever. Could just weld that on, but who cares? Okay. But yeah, might as well have some textural stuff. Question. There's 2 different rotations on this, isn't there? Or currently there's nothing. What? Okay, there we go. There we go. Oh, that's the much better version. That actually looks like a grating that we're working with here. Okay, here we go. Let's see. So we've got that. Looks good. I really want to paint this, but I don't want to do it until I'm done. Okay. So let's expand this back a little bit further. I'm probably just going to kind of ensconce this this piping thing in a little bit. I'll have to figure it out exactly. And Mega Man's awesome. Yeah, it is. Really wish they'd actually make a good Mega Man game, but unfortunately Capcom is stupid. What is that? Like, they got rid of their entire design team. For starters, question, can't. Okay. Like, they got rid of pretty much every major player in charge of making Mega Man games, which sucks. And then they've, like, canceled development on every single Mega Man title for, like, the longest of times. It sucks. It really does. Alright, let's get this enclosure kind of in. Not really sure what I'm going to do beyond that. It's kind of weirdly, like, rectangular, but whatever. Okay, digital camo. Probably the best paint job we can do. Yeah, actually. Okay, question. Okay, we do have the 2 bearings there, so let's... slap all this down. Okay. So we've got that. So the main issue is, we need to fit in a bunch of tires. We need to get this to rotate up and down a bit. Trying to think. So, what we want to do is... I'm just going to kind of, like, model this out a little bit. I guess we don't need the big tires, do we? We could use the little ones. This might actually be a little bit easier than I thought. I mean, effectively, we're attaching a railgun to the top of this sucker. And what I'm going to do is put blocks in between, and we're just going to fire them out. Sizing is going to be a little bit hard, and we're definitely not going to do it with this exact layout. I'm probably going to have the tires, like, right next to each other. Oops. You know what? I could actually do long blocks with big tires. I've already got the pivot. I guess we have the bearings to go up and down. Though what I probably want to do is have them both, like, have this entire thing be one structure so it rotates at the same time. It'd be bad if it got desynced from itself. You have to figure out some kind of thing beyond this. Well, I guess what I could do is actually put the bearings for the pivot on top of this here. Like right here. And right here. Do we want that? That'd be hard, a little hard to work with. I guess what I could do is put a pair of pipes on the inside. Hey, there we go. Okay. So this is kind of the basic idea of what we want to work with. So here's what I'm gonna do. Instead of deleting this, I'm just gonna move it so I have kind of a proof of concept to work with. Because I can just as easily remake what we had, and this way we have like the model to refer back to whenever I want. Let's see. Yeah. Where is Bird? Bird's in Seattle. He's working for Amazon for the summer. Good for him. Unfortunately, that does mean that he has temporary living situations for about a month. And so I'm on my own. Biscuits. Just realized this isn't going to work as well. Put a SAM turret on it instead. The problem is to actually fire a SAM turret would be much harder than what I'm designing. Because I can just as easily have like a basic block here. Okay, oh, you know what? This is totally doable. So we're gonna put this down. Nope. Put that down. Put that there, put that there. That up, that up. Okay, there we go. And now if we're lucky, I can have this thing, we'll do an animation test before we get too far. But if we're lucky, this thing will be able to tilt fairly freely. Let's give it a little bit of leeway there. We don't want it to be able to aim, like, directly up. But, you know, like, a 45-degree angle should be good. Probably. I'll line it with the ramp so we have, again, leeway. Leeway is very important. Oops. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. So the one thing I just realized is I have no idea what side I built this on. Well, that's what the welding tool is for. Well, it's connected, so I guess we just need to weld it down somehow. We don't need the coloring tool for the time being, so let's... Alright, looks like we're good. So now we've got one structure, two bearings. Should be good. So this'll go up and down. I might make it bigger. We'll figure that bit out in a second. But I might be able to, like, kind of swivel. Well, we already know it can swivel. That's what the big red thing's for. And can actually swivel back and forth, which is going to be the cool bit. You know, honestly, I should probably make this bigger. The only problem is I don't want to overstress the bearing, which would be a bit of an issue. So let's up the enclosure here. Because I don't want a whole lot of that red tube showing. That's pretty much a design no-no if you're making big, heavy vehicles. So let's put some more of these in. Want to have a nice little turret well going on. And obviously, if we run into collision issues, I can switch things around. But for the time being, this is probably okay. But yeah, so Bird is in a hotel and has 200 kilobytes a second for internet. That's, I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that's completely abysmal. In fact, any of you guys watching this live would not be able to watch this live with that fast of internet. Nobody would. That would, oh god, it's so bad. And it sucks for me because I miss my Bird. He's fun to work with. And without him, you know, obviously, I'm pretty much on my own. That said, I am using that opportunity to make cool shit. So that's also okay. Arm on the front that hits people. Just put boots on the front. Call it a day. Okay. So we got that. Now let's figure out, how do we fit the arm on this thing? We want two arms more or less loaded with wheels. I think. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna put two... I'm just gonna put two of these on for the time being. I want to make sure it aims up and down. Because I want to be able to shoot through this thing. According to his post on the Discord, the hotel classifies 200 kilobytes a second as high-speed internet. Wow! That's atrocious. That is bad. Alright. Well, I guess I might as well start loading. Oh shit! You know what I just realized? We can use the engines as a design element. We're gonna want electric engines, obviously, for this. But yeah, I can totally put like electric engines in here as like a visual prop. I'm not entirely sure where. I guess behind the grating somewhere. I guess directly behind the grating isn't a bad idea. No, let's give it one block grace period here. Interesting, it's not... Yeah, that looks nice. Bah. Stuck. My tank... Oh, I'm stuck inside my tank barrel. There we go. Okay, yeah, my tank barrel's currently in the way. That's annoying. Alright, there we go. I'm glad this thing has not broken for all of the bits that I've deleted off of it. Okay, so the handles are more or less in the same position. Looks nice. Okay, yeah, and Bird had to pay $7 a day for 200 kilobytes a second. For frame of reference, I'm paying about $80 a month for 10 up, which honestly, I think is highway robbery. Personally. He's paying, presumably, 210 for 5% of what I've got. Ugh. Alright, so we want a pair of buttons in here. Now, obviously, there are some people that, that actually have better internet than that. Which is a sad statement, too. Oh, shit. Problem is getting this to aim... Well, I guess I could have it aim up in, like, 45-degree increments and just use the switch in a controller. I won't be able to get it to freely aim, but... without a second gunner, we don't have much of a choice. Okay, well, let's connect... button 1. I'll throw in a switch here. 2, 3. Okay. 10 up isn't horrid. It's actually 10 up, 10 down. It's not great, but in comparison to, like, what's a good example? I guess South Korea, or Google Fiber, or a multitude of other internet service providers. What I have is barely acceptable. Okay. Oh, right, we're on a lift. God, this thing looks sweet. Okay, apparently I can't get out of my chair without having to leave the front. I might want to put, like, an access hatch. Somehow. Okay, so we want to take it off the lift, hop back on the seat. Oh. I forgot. Yeah, we definitely want to have some kind of access hatch. We gotta power these suckers. I might actually put the seats towards the back. Okay. Well, it turns a lot faster than I'd like it to. Well, it's pointed over there for the time being. Let's bump it down to, like, 2. Seems like a good idea. Okay, let's bump it up to 3. Okay. That seems like a reasonable speed for a barrel to spin around. What do you guys think? Alright, we should probably get the controller on next. One of many. I need to move this chair somehow. The problem is, we're always going to be running into headspace issues. Don't have much of a choice. Oh, well, there's controller A. Do we want it to be? Sure. I mean, again, the inside of this is not going to be... It's going to be pretty bare bones on the inside. So first and foremost, we need to make sure it rotates at the exact same speed. So I think 2 is probably better. Okay, cool. So let's have regular angle be 15, and then if we press the switch, we go up to 45. See how that looks. Okay, 15 is way... way too much. So let's leave regular size at that. And you know what? Maybe 30 degrees when you press the switch ain't a bad idea. Okay. So, first issue. I'm probably going to have to delete the back off. It's running into collision issues. But that's fine. Kind of expected it. Okay, and it's stuck in the barrel. But that's fine. Try 5 up. Yeah, I could try, like, 5 up or something like that. Yeah, so you're going to be able to see a little bit of the workings in the back here. But that's probably fine. It's either that or I have the rotation of those two as, like, a separate entity entirely. Tempting. I don't know. Because currently I don't quite like how it looks. But again, don't have much of a choice. Okay, that's much smoother. And honestly, this gun's going to be a lot bigger once we actually get the main functionality in here. Which I might actually have to build on top of this. We can build down a little bit. Okay. So that's good. Yeah, so let's have our base angle be 5 degrees. Yeah, that looks nice. You know, it's not totally down all the time. No. No, we'll have it straight. Any degree angle just looks too high for whatever reason. Okay. So there we go. The nice part is we can always just have this focused on, like, straightforward. Kind of wish there was a way of, like, resetting its position. But no dice. Alright. So now let's cut off the arms and let's actually start building the armature. For the shooting mechanism. This thing is really cool. Okay, for starters, press that so we have some room to maneuver here. Let's have that extend all the way out, and samesies, and Do that there, put that there. Okay. Let's try. Yeah, that looks nice enough. Let's try turning it. Let's see if we run into collision issues. Not much, if there is. Probably fine. Rotates up, no problem. Alright. So we're in business. So now let's get the tires on this sucker. Have it pointed up. The nice thing is I can always press the, Oh, shit. You know what I could do? I could actually put these buttons on the front. Oops. Well, I guess we'll just have it rotate all the way around. I could use these buttons as, like, a design element to work off of. Tempting. Alright. So for starters, we want to have... Let's delete in a little bit. Let's do this. I'll do some, like, ramp nonsense just so it looks nice. I think. Okay. I love getting designery with these things. Makes me happy. Okay. So question. Will this angle down? It does. Do we have just enough space? I have no idea. Either way, no complaints, no major issues. We're all good. Okay, so let's start getting the tires on. Oops. Really need to bring it out just a little bit more than that. So this will fire a single block missile, I guess. But that's okay, too. How many spaces in between? 2. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna add one more to the end of both of these. Hi. Okay, that's fine. That way we have a nice looking railgunny approach here. You know, I could actually bring this in a little bit. Let's do that, actually. Yeah, that looks much nicer, in my opinion. I don't think the tires rub into each other. Oops. 2 between. There we go. I don't know if we're gonna have multiple tires here. Like 2 levels of tire or only 1. Oh, shoot. Actually, we might not have these ramps here at all, come to think of it. And I put that one in the wrong spot. I knew I messed something up, but I couldn't put my finger on it at first. Okay. So we're gonna get the tires on first. Okay, then we're gonna put that down. What we want to do now is have one wooden block right here. And we're gonna want to have... Honestly? We're actually gonna want 2 wooden blocks. One right here, too. Honestly, we're probably gonna want something like this. Oh, shoot. No, never mind. We want... Oh, that looks actually neat enough. We want pipes here. I'll explain what the pipe's for in a second. With luck, that'll work. With no luck, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Okay, now let's load this sucker and see if we can fire it. It should work. We might need a second set of pipes, though. I'm not entirely sure on that one. Okay. Yeah, they need pistons in this game. Absolutely. Let's make it a little bit shorter. We don't need it to be too huge. Okay, that's good. So now we're going to want to throw gas engines in here. Pleasantly enough, we can fit them into the infrastructure and it'll look like it was intentional. So let's do that right here. We can get it down in a little bit further and maybe I'll cover it in something or other. I guess I could put like glass blocks on top. That could be interesting. Let's rotate that around, though. There we go. Symmetry! Okay, please tell me, how many of these do I have? 5. Oh, it's perfect.